Yo, what's up everybody? It's me, WDMichael, and in today's YouTube video, we're going to be learning about a VGC team that one of my good buddies, Jimmy, took to one of my Wide League tournaments. I think it was actually the Wide League number 21, and he got 14th place, I believe. So he ended up getting a really good placement at a 5-3 record. And yeah, so he actually sent me the rental for his team. It actually involves Kommo-O, which I'm really excited about. I've never actually played with Kommo in VGC whatsoever, really. So this will actually be a really cool new team for me to learn. And what we'll do is we'll kind of take a look at this team, look at the rentals, see what Pokemon moves and stuff it has, so that I'm at least prepared. And then we'll hop into a couple battles and see how it actually plays. So let's get into the video. Yo, here's his rental for his team, and right off the bat we got the Kommo. It's got Flash Cannon, Boom Burst, Clangorous Soul, Protect, and Throat Spray. It's got that normal Terra, so basically it seems like we end up doing the whole Clangorous Soul, and we can do a bunch of damage with Boom Burst, so it seems like a pretty solid option. The other Pokemon that goes really well with it, from what I've seen, is the Sinistcha with the Hospitality. Basically, you can, do the Clangorous Soul, drop yourself down a little bit, and then bring in the Sinistcha and heal yourself up on the next turn. So I think that'll be really cool to test out and see. We've got Rage Powder, Leaf Storm, Trick Room, Shadow Ball. From what I know, Kommo isn't the absolute fastest Pokemon even after Clangorous Soul, so like there may be times where Trick Room is actually viable, especially when we got Pokemon like Heatran with Heat Wave, Earth Power, Terra Blast, Protect. We got a Fairy Terra, Citrus Berry, so we got a nice little bulky guy there with some recovery. It seems like a lot of this is going to end up dealing with a lot of recovery. We're going to sustain ourselves for a little bit. We got the Landorus with the Scarf, very just normal Terra Blast, Flying, Stomping Tantrum, Rock Slide, U-turn set. Iron Hand seems to be another pretty normal one. Heavy Slam, Fake Out, Drain Punch, Wild Charge, Grass Tear, Assault Vest. Really nothing different on that one. Tornadus, we got Bleak Wind, Scary, which is a little bit different. Tailwind and Taunt. So Scary must be a way to make sure that Kommo is the fastest Pokemon on the field. Seems like a pretty solid tech, especially for this team if we're trying to run with Kommo. It sounds like we might either run like Iron Hands, Kommo-O, Tornadus, Kommo-O, and then have other Pokemon in the back, like Sinistcha, Heatran, stuff like that. So yeah, it seems pretty cool. I like the team. Seems like it'll be a lot of fun to run. So let's hop on a ladder and play a couple games. Yo, let's go. All right, so we got our match up here with Pokeho69. Absolutely fantastic top tier name. And they've got an interesting team. So this should this is gonna be good. I honestly, like, I guess it's like it's supposed to be a Hatterene Trick Room with like the Rage Powder Brute on it. Like, so it's definitely a Trick Room team. I'm guessing the Flutter has Trick Room as well. We've got a couple of Trick Room Pokemon. Like, they want to get into Trick Room. So I think we just start spraying wide right off the bat. And just see how it goes. Oh man. Oh man. We could always just bring like the Sinistcha too, just to mess with the Trick Room. Yeah, I think we'll do that. This should be interesting. I'm not gonna lie, this is a matchup for sure. This is a unique team that I have not had the opportunity to battle up against yet. So, yo, they're hardcore. They haven't even made their gamer picture yet. Let's go. All right, what do we got for an opening? Grim and a Hatterene. So like Fake Out probably from the Grim. It's probably a big old Fake Out set. So. Question is, do I Trick Room to reverse it, or there's a couple of calls here. Either I could just Protect and Trick Room, or he goes for like I think we're gonna flop it. I'm pretty sure that their team is just solely based around how fast they can like get into Trick Room. And I'm pretty sure their only goal right now is to get into Trick Room. So I wonder if we can stop it. This will be a big read. If we can get it, then we're in a really good spot. Yep, they went for it. Let's go. Perfect. Nope. Hey, what's up? I'm doing a video. You wanna say hi? All right, go sit down, buddy. Go sit down, buddy. That's Kommo-O. Are you just gonna crash my video? Hey, I gotta do this battle. Go sit down, okay? Hurry up. Go, go, go. Goofy kid. Okay, so they didn't get their Trick Room off. And now we have the opportunity to ruin their Trick Room setter, which is Hatterene. So it's not going to affect Sinistcha, which is great. I love the whole like combination of Ghost type with that. We should be able to knock out the Hatterene on this one. That thing got switched out. Okay. Yo, Kommo is coming in hot. Let's go, Kommo. Wonder what they're gonna bring in on this one. It's, I mean, at the moment, if their Hatterene doesn't do anything, that thing is toast. I'm pretty sure it's toast. I don't think it lives through the Shadow Wall. Yep, so no Trick Room anymore. I'm pretty sure at this point in time, like, there's a certain point, like, especially for Trick Room teams, I've played Trick Room enough. There's a certain point where it's like, yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to get out of this one anymore. And that's kind of where I think that this one's going to be heading for them. So I think we're just going to protect here because we're probably going to get faked out. I want to Leaf Storm him? I mean, I could just totally Leaf Storm this guy. Yeah, let's bust out a little bit of damage on the Grim if we can. Because we're just, he's got the fake out pressure. Yeah, so he faked out, which is what we expected him to do. I don't know what this little Brute Bonnet's going to do. He might have a dark move, but... Okay, so Grim's down. We get a crit. I don't really think it mattered, but even so, it's out. All right, so that's 2 down, and we are still at full with our team, so... Okay, so we lose the Sinistcha with the eject pack, which I actually really like because you want to use it to heal and stuff, and so getting it like switched out for free and stuff like that is really cool. I think I'm just going to bring out the Iron Hands for the fake up pressure. Oh, he's got close combat, but he went into the normal or in the protect, so that was really good. Well, so far so good. At this point, like I said, like with Trick Room teams, once that Trick Room setter goes down, it can be a little bit rough. And that was, I'm guessing what was happening with them, they probably just didn't have any other answers, and it sounds like they shut off their switch. It happens to the best of us, man. But yeah, no, that was definitely just like, we knew what they were trying to do, and that's kind of like just, I love playing Trick Room teams, so I know kind of how they get beaten. So that was good. That was a good match. That felt good. Kommo did really well. All right, we've got our second match on deck. I have had a terrible time with Regulation E. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just I haven't found a team that I really like. I'm learning the new Pokemon. I've definitely been a little bit slower on this one as far as picking it up. And yeah, I've struggled. I've been playing a lot of games on Showdown, but I haven't played a lot on the ranked ladder just because I don't have the Pokemon in game yet that I'm really comfortable with. And I definitely feel like I need to change that up a little bit. All right, so we got Bree. Bree's on a pretty cool team. And Empoleon, I don't know, like right now in VGC, Empoleon just kind of underwhelming, but we'll see how it runs in this game. The Eviolite Dipplin is massively a problem. They've got a whole just like ice team, which is... Oh, that's brutal. So we got Bax, Ninetales, and Articuno. Like Heatran right now feels really, really good. You just gotta worry about the Gyarados. I feel like we bring the Tornadus and the Heatran. Iron Hands does a lot of work to a lot of these Pokemon, and then I I feel like we should bring the Heat Ran just because it does so much, and the other two Pokemon are so weak to the ice. Like, obviously Lando's weak to the ice, but it's so fast, and they don't have any speed advantage, at least at the moment that I can tell, other than possibly the Articuno and Tailwind. But we have that too, so I feel like Lando gives us our best option because at least got a rock move that it can use. All right, let's get. This is a cool team though. I really like this one, and that's another thing that I've really liked about Regulation E. I feel like very rarely do I go up on the ladder and find a team that's the same. I feel like they're all different. Like, I'm not facing any of the same team. There's so much variation with all the Pokemon out now that teams are super cool. Like, it's awesome to see everybody's team building. So we got the snow up on deck. We have, it's gonna be rough. Okay, so I think we can just taunt this Ninetales. I think that's a shiny Ninetales. That's super cool. I love those red eyes. Yo, actually, I really like that. I like the Fairy Terra Terra Blast. They're probably expecting a heat wave of some kind, and they're probably just laughing because they think they're going to soak it. But I really like this play a lot because it saves us from a lot of damage, and I don't really think they have any steel moves on their team release right now, and this could be really big. This could do, especially if we get rid of this Baxcalibur early and we don't let them put up the Aurora Veil. This could be really, really good. It all depends on what this Ninetales has, though. Like, they could have Mental Herbs so they don't get taunted and stuff. Nope. So they can't use it. And that's, honestly, I feel like that's one of the biggest problems right now with the whole, like, ice teams and Aurora Veil. It's super easy to counter with taunt or, you know, a weather change, especially with all the genies in the meta. Like, it feels like it works sometimes, but I feel like the consistency with it is just not all there, and that's one of the big problems that I've found with it, at least. Did a good chunk of damage. Almost knocked him out. I think I have to bring in the Iron Hands. I think if we bring out the Landorus, we're just asking to get just tapped with an Ice Shard. And I don't really want to do that. I'm pretty sure he is either going to swap, like, he's not going to... Baxcalibur doesn't do anything in this particular situation. I think they just swap it out. I honestly think I'm just going to heavy slam this dude. And Heat Wave. I don't think that Baxcalibur is staying in this right now. It totally did. Okay. Yo, high horsepower. That was a move. Okay, so we knock them both out, though, so that's really nice. And they also didn't get up the Aurora Veil, so, like, cool. I think probably the better situation there would have been just to fake out the Ninetales and then Heat Wave, but I was worried about what the... It might have been a turn where we didn't, like, have the most optimal play at the moment. So Diplin probably has a Terra. It's like... they do have option. They definitely do have a play into the Heat Ran. That could be really bad. Oh, we're way faster than Empoleon. Let's go. All right, so it didn't drop, so that's good. They were thinking we were gonna swap. We lived on one. We lived on one. They thought we were gonna swap in the Landorus, probably. Oh, that did so much. And we're gonna bring in, okay, and then we're faster than the Empoleon. We found that out with the Heat Ran. So Heat Ran is faster. The Lando should be faster too. So actually should be in a decent spot here. I'm trying to figure out what's gonna be the most like effective move going forward, because we have to do. I think this is going to give us the best coverage. It'll get rid of the Empoleon, as well as, like, we know that the Empoleon is toast. It's not going to be able to kill the Heatran. I'm pretty sure we've got this one in the bag. We should be faster than Empoleon, and they're so low that it shouldn't really matter at this point. Okay, so Terra comes out in their ice. So they've got a little bit of defense boost. I really hope that they don't live through this. I think they're low enough where it should still knock them out. Yeah, all right, so we still knock them out, so that's still good. Okay, we're good. And then now we just Terror Blast the Dipplin. So Syrup Bomb goes into Heatran, doesn't do a whole lot. Other than just starts to drop my speed. So I think at this point we've got this one. We'll have two super effective moves in the Dipplin, and they're not going to be able to get out of this. Yeah, the Fairy Terra Heatran was definitely, specifically with that team and what we've faced up against, it did really, really well. They gave us everything we need, and we didn't end up taking a lot of damage from anything, while also dishing out a ton of damage. Nice. That was so good. That felt clean. That was really good. So we've played it kind of a couple ways now. We've gotten the Kommo-O played, and we played definitely another way where we played with like the Heatran and the Fairy Terror. This was really cool. This team's definitely got some really nice options depending on what we're actually facing up against, and it does really well. Even though we lost the Tornadus like right off in turn one, it didn't really matter because we made sure that they didn't get up the Aurora Veil, which was probably going to be a huge issue going down. We probably would have been at the point where we wouldn't have been able to knock out a lot of their Pokemon, and then like the healing from Dipplin would have been like, they would have just wore us down. So I definitely think that it was super worth to sack the Tornadus just to not get that up. So yeah, it felt really good. Fantastic, man. All right, so we're gonna play a third and final match with this team just so we can really test it out. It's been a lot of fun, and I want to see what we can do against another one. This will be a good one because we've got Goldango. Goldango is just Goldango and Moltres have been two Pokemon that I really struggle to go up against. They're just really hard to deal with. I'm getting the Sinistral healing the Moltres is going to be just the worst, and then the screens, like, actually I think that combination is actually really cool. Like Sinistral healing, you've got Moltres boosting its attack and getting the boost from that's actually really cool. Yeah, this is going to be a rough one to go up against. They've got a really solid team. I like it a lot. Man, I almost just want to bring Kommo-O and Iron Hands and then bring Sinistral in the back. And then what's going to do us the most work from there? Probably Landorus. Ooh, I don't know. That's a hard one. I'm gonna go with Heatran on this one. I don't know if it's gonna pan out, but we're gonna try it out. Yeah, they've got like the recovery and like the amount of damage they can bust out if they set up right is very scary. Moltres is like, Moltres and Goldango are two of the scariest Pokemon. When they get set up, they can just sweep your whole team. Nice opening. So we got Grimmsnarl and Landorus. I think what we'll do is we will swap out I'm just gonna heavy slam this dude. It probably won't knock out, but it'll do something. This is actually like their opening was really good indoors. I feel like we're kind of on the back foot here a little bit. The Lando was really good, and it's definitely scaring me. I'm really hoping he just like stomping tantrumed into the Kommo-O slot. I went for the Iron, so I still could have just done my Clangorous Souls. I did so much. I did an insane amount of damage. That was crazy. Kind of want to just trigger him at this point. I don't like this a whole lot, but I know that Lando's just going to do a ton of damage into us. We probably could have saved our Terra there, to be honest, and not Terra'd, because he was obviously just going to go for another Stomping Tantrum into the Lando slot, and we could have just Trick Roomed and not wasted it. So that, honestly, I don't think this was a super good play, and I think it was more or less the fact that this guy was just scaring the hell out of me with his Lando. I didn't really know what to do. Oh, yeah, no, that Kommo is definitely dead. Yeah, we might be throwing a little bit here. Unfortunately. This one's going to hurt. Because even if we bring in the Heat Ran, I don't think we can knock out the Landorus before it knocks, like... Yo, we don't have Matcha Gotcha? Oh, this is scary. We do have Rage Powder, though, so that's cool. I think we're just going to Heat Wave and Rage Powder for a little bit. And get out as much damage as we can, because the Lando's not going to do a ton of damage to this little Sinistcha here, so could benefit us a little bit, and we can hopefully catch up. But I think we're a little, like, we've definitely fallen behind in this one. Guaranteed they stayed into Stomping Tantrum that one. We need to get some Heat Wave burns, and like we need to get some luck in this one. It should do like 2 damage. Oh, it did so. Why is that still doing so much? It was crazy. What do they have for Pokemon in the back? Who's they gonna bring in? The Grim did everything it needed to get all the screens up, so now we gotta deal with that. Not a lot of their Pokemon are gonna like, yeah, like I don't know, like even with the parting shot, like that's still gonna hurt. I think, yeah, we should knock out the Lando on this part. As long as we hit the Heat Wave, which, I mean, it's Heat Wave. Never know. Never do. Oh, well, we got the Heat Wave. Goldango goes down a little bit. Not a whole lot, but went down. I mean, we could get some of our HP back, like from the Sinistcha, so that would be nice, especially if like we live with the Iron Hands and stuff like that. So it could be interesting. Plus Sinistcha like threatens the Goldango with Shadow Ball, so we'll see. We're definitely keeping ourselves in it. We're not falling too far behind where it's like, okay, we definitely lost. Like, I mean, we're doing what we can at the moment. What are they gonna tear it into? Terra Ghost, nice. Okay, so I mean, hopefully, like if things all go right, like we could just Shadow Ball it, but so he parting shot at me. All right. Okay, I forgot what we did with the Iron Hand slot. Oh, we heavy slammed. Okay, this should just still do us a little bit. It's not gonna do a whole lot because we've been knocked down one and there's reflect up, but should help us out a little bit. Even if it just gets rid of a focus sash. That'll hurt a little bit. More than a little bit, that'll hurt a lot. Okay. I think there's only like one more turn of Trick Room, and if that's the case, then I'm pretty sure we're too far behind on this one. We really needed the Sinistcha to live that turn. But even so, like if there's only one, yeah, I think time-wise and we were just too far behind, I think this one got a little bit out of our reach. And I think the Iron Hands is down 1. Okay, Iron Bundle is gone. We get Grimmsnarl. Okay, so now we get a single target Heat Wave into Goldango. How much will this do? If it knocks out and we get like a crit or something, we can totally win this one. But will it? No. Not even close. And now this is gonna hurt because I think it's Choice Spec. A special defense is not going to feel great either. Yeah, I think they got us on this one because we can't tear anymore either. So they will do a ton of damage here in just a moment. I think even if we would have protected the Heat Ran and they would have doubled into the Heat Ran, I think we still, like, it was just... Yeah, that'll knock out the hands. Depends on how lucky we get with the Shadow Ball and how much it does. But it's probably going to do, like, at least 3/4. Like, it's a Goldango with Ghost Hair Shadow Ball. It's going to hurt. Yeah, it dang near knocked us out. And I don't think there's any way that we, like... knock out both of them with this Heat Wave, especially if we miss one, like the Goldango, like the worst one to miss. Like if we would have killed the Goldango, we would have maybe had a chance, maybe, like a huge maybe. But the Goldango had to die. That was close. That was really close. Even after a rough opening, we still brought it back to almost an even game. Definitely not a complete throttling, so it was good. It was definitely good, but definitely would have done a little bit differently. That ghost Goldango was brutal, and that's always been like a Pokemon that I struggle to get down with because they're really like, it's surprising that Goldango is pretty bulky, and then when you put screens in front of it, it does so much damage. And especially that one, I'm pretty sure was Choice Specs. I mean, it's doing a lot of damage while you're not doing a whole lot because of the screens being up, and that was, oh man, that hurt. Yeah, screens was definitely an issue because I didn't really have like, because you can't taunt the screen like Grimmsnarl because it's dark. So you just kind of have to let the screens go up, and you have to try to find a way to knock out this. Like, it can be a problem. Yeah, screens are rough, man. They definitely will get you if you're not paying attention. Yo, thank you all for checking out another one of the WD Learns VGC episodes. This one was really awesome because we got to use one of our community members' teams, and honestly, it featured a really awesome Pokemon that I haven't quite actually used in VGC yet. So it was a lot of fun to use. So big shout out to you, Jimmy. And if you want to check out Jimmy, his socials will be linked down in the description of this video. So make sure you go and follow them. They're really awesome content creators as well. So yeah, definitely make sure you give them a follow. But the really awesome team, it definitely felt like it had answers to a lot of issues that were popping up. I mean, obviously, like, no team is ever going to be perfect. There's always going to be something that counters a team. It's just part of Pokemon VGC. But for the most part, it felt really consistent. It felt like it had answers to what I needed to at the time of the problem arising. So, like, overall, a really solid team. I would definitely give it an A- B+. Like, it was really cool. Obviously, Kommo-O is a little bit niche because it can be hard to run. But even though it being hard to run, it did definitely do some work when I needed to. So, I mean, it was really cool, man. I enjoyed it a lot. So big shout out to you. Thank you for letting me use this one on this video. And if anybody has any comments or questions, make sure you let me know down in the comments of this video. I absolutely love chatting with people, especially all these VGC fans. You all are so insanely smart when it comes to team building and just talk about VGC. It's really awesome to pick your guys' brains and just see all the comments you guys make. So definitely let me know. I'd definitely love to read them. And yeah, thank you again so much for coming out to this video. I hope you all have a fantastic day out in Paldea in the Kitakami region, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.